Kayla Harrison has released an emotional statement after officially withdrawing from her bantamweight title fight against Amanda Nunes at UFC 324. The former champion confirmed that she was forced out of the bout after undergoing surgery to repair herniated discs in her neck. Harrison explained that she recently had neck surgery in New York City under the care of a specialist and described the situation as one of the toughest moments of her career. As a result of the procedure, the highly anticipated title fight will now need to be rescheduled. She expressed sincere regret for the disappointment caused by her withdrawal, offering a direct apology to Amanda Nunes and acknowledging how much she was looking forward to sharing the octagon with her. Harrison also took time to thank the UFC for their support throughout the process, highlighting the medical staff and team members who ensured she received proper care. In addition, she showed deep gratitude toward her doctors, coaches, teammates at American Top Team, and her family, particularly her mother, who has stepped in to help care for her children during recovery. Harrison emphasized how much their support has meant to her during this difficult period. Now officially in the first day of recovery, Harrison stated that her focus is fully on healing and beginning the road back to competition. She acknowledged the uncertainty ahead, but expressed strong faith, saying that while she doesn't always understand the plan, she trusts that this journey is part of something greater. Despite the setback, Harrison remained optimistic and determined, promising fans that she will return. She closed her message by thanking everyone for their patience and support, reassuring them that this is not the end of her story and that she intends to come back stronger than ever. Sean O'Malley has reacted to the news that he will now compete in the co-main event at UFC 324 following a major shakeup to the card. The change comes after Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes were forced to reschedule their highly anticipated bantamweight title fight for a later date, leaving an opening at the top of the event. With the adjustment, O'Malley's bout has been elevated to the co-main event position, adding even more significance to his appearance on the card. Other changes were also confirmed as part of the reshuffle. The matchup between Natalia Silva and Rose Namajunas has been moved up to the main card, while the fight between Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo will remain on the preliminary portion of the event. Reacting to the news in real time, O'Malley appeared both surprised and energized by the announcement. After learning that Harrison was officially out, he quickly realized the implications for UFC 324 and his own fight placement. His immediate reaction made it clear that the promotion meant a great deal to him, as he expressed excitement about stepping into a higher profile role on one of the UFC's biggest cards of the year. O'Malley described the moment as surreal, emphasizing how motivated he feels heading into the event. Being placed in the co-main event spot represents another milestone in his career and further solidifies his position as one of the UFC's most marketable and influential fighters. Despite the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the card changes, O'Malley's reaction reflected confidence and enthusiasm. With increased attention and pressure now on his shoulders, all eyes will be on him to deliver a statement performance at UFC 324 as he embraces the opportunity that comes with sharing the spotlight at the top of the card. Paddy Pimblett has addressed his recent heated exchange with Dan Hooker, making it clear that he believes the situation crossed a serious line. The back and forth began following an interview Pimblett did with MMA Guru, where he used a metaphor to criticize Hooker's grappling ability. While the comment was intended as an analogy, Hooker responded aggressively, escalating the situation by bringing up Pimblett's close friend Ricky, who tragically died by suicide in 2022. Speaking to Main Event TV, Pimblett strongly denied ever making any disrespectful remarks about Hooker's mother. He emphasized that his comments were never personal and that Mrs. Hooker was likely a lovely person. According to Pimblett, his words were taken out of context, while Hooker's response went far beyond typical trash talk. Pimblett explained that mentioning a deceased individual, especially someone who cannot defend themselves, was deeply upsetting and inappropriate. He revealed that the situation became even more difficult when members of his late friend's family reached out to him, confused and hurt by what was being said publicly. Pimblett expressed frustration that while his analogy was widely condemned, far fewer people spoke out against Hooker for referencing someone who had passed away. He went on to reflect on what he sees as a double standard within the MMA community, saying that no matter what he says or does, he is often portrayed as the villain. Pimblett reiterated that his original statement was strictly about Hooker's grappling skills and nothing more. Pimblett also questioned Hooker's standing within the division, pointing to his recent record and past losses. He argued that Hooker is no longer on his level, especially as Pimblett continues his rise toward championship contention. Closing his remarks, Pimblett stressed that trash talk has limits and that involving deceased individuals is crossing an unacceptable boundary. He maintained that while competitive banter is part of the sport, respect must remain intact, and in his view, that respect was broken in this exchange. Daniel Cormier has responded to recent comments made by Jon Jones, addressing the criticism and name-calling that surfaced during a media interview. Appearing on the Ariel Helwani show, Cormier reacted to Jones' remarks from a Red Corner MMA interview, where Jones accused him of being difficult to work with during the filming of a reality project. Jones went as far as calling Cormier a head and claimed that Cormier treated staff poorly and acted in a controlling manner throughout production. Cormier pushed back strongly on those accusations, questioning their validity and pointing to his long history working with fighters, staff, and production teams. He noted that if those claims were accurate, they would have surfaced long ago from people who have worked closely with him over the years. Cormier acknowledged that Jones may genuinely feel that way about him, but emphasized that perspective does not reflect reality. Addressing their time together during filming, Cormier explained that while the two were around each other daily, their interactions were mostly professional and at times even cordial. He said there were moments when they laughed together and managed to coexist without major issues. However, Cormier made it clear that cordiality does not equal friendship. Cormier stated that while he does not carry the same emotional weight from their rivalry that he once did, their past cannot simply be erased. He referenced the deeply personal and hostile nature of their rivalry, including negative comments exchanged about each other's families and what he described as repeated misconduct during Jones' career. For Cormier, those events are not something he can overlook or excuse. He emphasized that choosing not to be friends is not about holding grudges, but about self-respect. Cormier explained that he can work professionally alongside Jones, remain respectful, and do his job without pretending that everything in the past was acceptable. He concluded by saying that being civil is enough and friendship is not required. Cormier closed by reaffirming his stance plainly. He is willing to coexist professionally, but he has no obligation to rewrite history or form a personal relationship that he does not believe is deserved. Derritter has shared his thoughts ahead of his upcoming fight against Caio Borralho at UFC 326, describing the matchup as an ideal one for him at this stage of his career. Speaking about his return to full training, Derritter said he feels refreshed, motivated, and ready to push himself again after working back into peak condition. Derritter explained that the timing of the fight is perfect, giving him a full camp to properly prepare and re-enter high-intensity training. He believes Borralho presents a compelling and stylistically favorable challenge, calling it a perfect matchup and expressing genuine excitement about the contest. Beyond the immediate fight, Derritter also opened up about his long-term plans in the sport. He revealed that he intends to finish his career competing at light heavyweight, citing the physical toll of repeated weight cuts as a major factor in that decision. According to Derritter, cutting down to middleweight over the past year has placed significant strain on his body, and he hopes to eventually move away from that process. However, Derritter made it clear that he is not rushing that transition. He believes he still has unfinished business in the middleweight division and wants to prove himself further before moving up permanently. One of his key goals is to show that he can defeat elite competition consistently, specifically referencing his desire to prove he can beat Brendan Allen on any given night, aside from their previous meeting in Canada. Derritter emphasized that he feels he has a lot left to accomplish at middleweight, including making a run toward the title. Only after achieving those goals does he see himself making the jump to light heavyweight, where he hopes to close out his career without the constant stress of extreme weight cuts. As he prepares for UFC 326, Derritter remains focused, confident, and motivated, viewing the Barallo fight as a crucial step toward proving his potential and setting up the next chapter of his career. Conor McGregor recently provided fans with an unexpected and humorous moment after mistaking a random bus driver in Ireland for Hollywood actor Sean Penn. The incident quickly caught attention online, showcasing McGregor's trademark personality and spontaneous commentary. While observing the driver, McGregor openly questioned whether he was imagining things, joking that the man behind the wheel looked exactly like Sean Penn. Clearly amused by the resemblance, McGregor doubled down on the comparison, confidently declaring that the driver was, in fact, Penn, only now driving an Irish bus rather than starring in a blockbuster film. McGregor continued to playfully narrate the moment, praising the supposed career shift and jokingly referring to the driver as a working-class hero. He remarked that while it may not be Hollywood, Ireland has its own kind of authenticity and charm, leaning fully into the humor of the situation. As the moment unfolded, McGregor appeared genuinely entertained, briefly considering interacting with the driver before laughing it off. His commentary was filled with sarcasm and playful exaggeration, making it clear that the moment was meant purely in good fun. The clip quickly circulated among fans, who enjoyed seeing a lighter side of McGregor away from fight talk and controversy. Whether intentional comedy or a genuine case of mistaken identity, the moment highlighted McGregor's ability to turn even the most ordinary situation into viral content. While the bus driver was not actually Sean Penn, the resemblance and McGregor's reaction made for an entertaining clip that reminded fans why McGregor remains one of the most charismatic figures in combat sports. Moments like these continue to keep him in the spotlight, even outside the octagon. Arman Tsarukyan recently appeared on streamer N3On's live broadcast, where the interaction quickly turned playful and humorous. During the stream, Sarukian jokingly poked fun at N3On over his dyed hair, questioning his styling choice and teasing him about trying to look more manly. The exchange sparked laughter as N3On defended the look, insisting that it suited him and that people liked it. Sarukian continued the lighthearted roast, exaggerating his reactions and making it clear that he was joking. The back and forth remained casual, with both sides laughing as the conversation drifted into self-deprecating humor. Sarukian even joked about his own personal life, emphasizing that the comments were not meant to be taken seriously and were simply part of the banter. Beyond the comedy, the conversation shifted to a more serious topic when Sarukian spoke highly of UFC President Dana White. When asked about his relationship with White, Sarukian said they are on good terms and described White as someone who looks after fighters he respects. He shared anecdotes suggesting that White has helped fighters financially during difficult times, including assisting those dealing with injuries, retirement decisions, or personal hardships. Sarukian specifically mentioned hearing stories within the MMA community where fighters received support from White when they needed it most, whether due to accidents or transitioning away from competition. According to Sarukian, this support goes beyond contracts and fights, highlighting a more personal side of the UFC president that fans do not always see. The stream showcased two sides of Sarukian: his relaxed, humorous personality outside the octagon, and his appreciation for the people who have supported fighters behind the scenes. The appearance quickly gained attention online, with fans enjoying the mix of comedy, candid conversation, and insight into UFC leadership. Dana White has firmly shut down speculation surrounding a potential fight between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, making it clear that the matchup is no longer under consideration, particularly when it comes to the idea of hosting it at the White House. Addressing the rumors directly, White explained that the McGregor versus Chandler discussion dates back several years and is not something the UFC is currently interested in revisiting. When asked whether the bout could realistically take place at such a high-profile venue, White gave a definitive no, leaving little room for interpretation. During the same interview, White also addressed Arman Tsarukyan's current standing in the lightweight division and why he was passed over for a title opportunity. White stated that Sarukian had been in a position where a title shot was within reach, but failed to capitalize on the opportunity presented to him. As a result, White believes Sarukian now needs to work his way back up the rankings. White emphasized that when it comes to world championship fights, reliability matters just as much as talent. He explained that the UFC needs to be able to count on a fighter to show up, perform professionally, and handle the responsibility that comes with fighting for a title. According to White, Sarukian's situation is not unique and reflects a broader standard applied across the roster. To illustrate his point, White referenced other fighters who have faced similar circumstances, athletes who had opportunities but did not seize them when it mattered. He noted that it's different when a fighter has never been given a chance versus when one has already been offered and missed. White compared the situation to past cases where contenders went on long winning streaks, yet still had to wait for a title shot, reinforcing the idea that timing, trust, and decision-making all play critical roles in the UFC's matchmaking process. White's comments make it clear that both McGregor versus Chandler and Sarukian's immediate title hopes are off the table for now, underscoring the UFC's emphasis on consistency, accountability, and long-term planning when it comes to major fights and championship opportunities.